Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras.
Treasure Coast
Connector is the talk show, an online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. Our hair is our crowning glory, and with the right cut, color, and style, we look and feel like $1,000,000. And finding the right stylist is not easy. We have so many new people moving to the Treasure Coast and Vero. They might feel a bit lost, but not today, not with this episode, because joining me in the studio is Kate Demsick and Nicole Belmonte-Cass. And they are amazing stylists with tremendous experience and talent. They work out of the posh salon in Vero, Sola Salon Studios. They're here to talk about how they help women look and feel their very best. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here. So happy, in fact, that I decided I had to make this a Prosecco show, a champagne show. So cheers. We're just going to salute in the air because now we're going to sip. We have to sip.
Yummy.
You too, Cindy. You sip. She's just laughing over here. So the reason for the Prosecco is, well, first of all, I say so. Second of all, I can't believe the end of the summer is here. And what that means, I know. And so we're going to have Labor Day in about 5 minutes from now. And the gala season starts. You ladies are busy year round. But here's the thing. We have so many parties planned. Women need the cut, the color, the style, the updos. We're going to get to that in a moment. So they're busy now. And then you guys are all going to want to go see them. I don't know how you're going to have to clone yourself. Okay. So now what made the two of you want to be stylists?
Want to go first?
Okay. Go first.
I've actually always known that I wanted to do hair. When I was 6 years old, actually, I didn't understand how the library worked because I was 6 years old.
Well, of course.
So I never returned the book, but it was so I technically stole it.
Okay.
Now I'm letting the library know.
Yeah.
It was a hairstyling book, and I just was fascinated by it. I was teaching myself how to braid and how to make scrunchies because it was the 90s. And I would take my Barbie dolls, and I remember actually thinking, how can I I had a Rapunzel doll, and I remember thinking, how can I make Rapunzel look better? So from a really early age, I was just fascinated with hair and makeup and just all of it. So I don't know, I guess when I was about 16, I discovered the cosmetology school through IRCC at the time.
Okay.
And I applied as soon as I graduated high school. I just immediately went into hair, got my license, and found the salon that I ended up meeting Nikki at. I worked there for 10 years before we opened our own studio together. So I've just sort of always known I've loved it since I was a really little girl.
You guys are besties since
We've been working
back.
We've been working side by side for about 12 years now.
Yeah. Oh, and you're only 21. Goodness gracious.
It's amazing.
Children when you started. Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and every time I've seen you guys, you always look beautiful. The hair and the makeup is on point, and even ponytails. You make it just look so adorable.
Thank you.
Because I will tell you, throughout the years, not just here in Vero, but in New York where I live, sometimes you see someone and they say, "Oh, I'm a hairstylist." And that's nice to meet you, and you run because their hair is a mess.
So,
I'm sorry. Anyway, so how about you? What's your story?
So I didn't know right away that I was going to be a hairstylist. However, my mom and my uncle were in the industry. My mom was actually a receptionist, and my uncle did hair here locally at the time. So I was always in the salon, and I was young. So I would get highlights at a very young age and facials and this and that. And so I was just fascinated with how beautiful people felt and looked after they left.
Oh, yeah.
So that was at an early age. And then obviously I went to high school and I thought I'm going to go to college and, you know, who knows where I'm going to end up. But that also didn't happen. And so then I ended up being a receptionist at a hair salon. And then shortly after that, I realized, you know, that school really wasn't for me. I had no passion for any other career.
Yeah.
So then I went to school at Beauty Massage Institute. And so that is, I was about 19 when I started. And then like I had a niche for color right away. So I immediately was like always getting highlights. And, you know, then before I even really knew the chemistry, I just had an eye for color. So then I was like, oh, wow, like I really think
Do you remember
I'm
doing
be
hair before you
this.
actually knew what you were doing? And we did probably
Yes,
some.
there was many times where I was like, yeah, sure, I started hair school yesterday. I'll do highlights right now. Like, no problem.
Even,
experimenting.
Like grabbing your little brother. Sit down. Let me
Any guinea pig willing to sit in front of me and let me experiment on them.
Oh my God, I
So-
love that. And so this is a perfect segue when you mentioned color and chemistry. A lot of people do not understand that there is truly a science behind hair color. That's why the term master colorist is a term and color correction is a thing.
Right.
Okay.
deal.
But yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. So what makes for a good colorist and also a good stylist?
I think certainly understanding the color wheel, that is something that, you know, I took a lot of art classes when I was a kid, so the color wheel always made sense to me. But when I got to cosmetology school, there were so many people that had never seen a color wheel before. It's really important when you're doing color corrections to understand what you're working with. And so what people don't realize, you know, we make cards for all of our clients, and we were taught to, you write down what you're starting with. You know, what is their natural color, what any sort of underlying pigment that you might be working with, what do they currently have, and what is your goal? And then you formulate how to get there. And, you know, we collaborate a lot together. If we have, you know, sort of a complicated person in our chair, not person, but their color might be more tricky. We always consult with each
know
other
what
to
you
try
mean.
to get
Yeah.
the best possible formula.
I also think honesty is a really big thing
thank you.
because I think people, number one, they see something that they like and they automatically are like, I want this. But what you have to sometimes do is take the person's face away from the picture because you're like, do you like the hair or do you like the picture of the girl with the hair? Because
And does the picture have a filter? Is this something that is even achievable and being
also,
realistic?
if it is a correction, I think a lot of times we get excited and we want to give all these promises, but honesty is like, okay, this is where our goal is, but I can't promise you because again, chemistry is a thing.
Yeah.
I can only do so much of what the hair is going to allow me to do.
And
so I
there
think
could be many steps.
There could be
involved.
multiple appointments.
90% of the time,
Yeah.
if it's a correction, you're going to leave much better. But if you guarantee an expectation, you know, I always say try to go on the lower spectrum so that it's always better than that.
Is it undersell, over deliver?
Promise and over deliver. Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of times people don't realize that if their hair is a very dark brown, like level 1 is black, you know.
Right.
But if somebody is like a level 3 and then they tried to go blonde at home,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, no.
Ooh, they don't
Orange.
understand the levels of lift, and they think that one box is going to get them there. And then they come to you, and it's so
And I think educating is a little important too. Obviously, we try to keep things as simple as possible for clients, so we're not, you know, trying to over educate them. But I think a little education goes a long way.
Yeah.
I want my clients to understand what it is I'm doing and why it might take longer than one session.
Yeah, and that's good so that they don't think you're just trying to get them to keep coming back a whole bunch of times.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Very good. So now, where you work out of, Sola Salon Studios, you know, the analogy that I used before we even started the show is you go in for a facial or a massage and you're brought into your very own room and with the esthetician, and it's this pampering, relaxing experience. But sometimes you're in a huge salon with lots of people around you, and maybe you're just a bit shy. Maybe you're in there for a dramatic, you know, makeover, and you just don't want a lot of people seeing or commenting. So what makes Sola Salon so unique?
I think definitely what you just said, the sort of privacy that's involved.
Because it's called studio for a reason. So a lot of people don't understand that. They think they're walking in to just,
one big
big open space.
You
so
walk
what
into
is it
a
like?
hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you walk through the front doors of our Sola, you see a hallway immediately in front of you, where our salon is kind of in the back, so you have to sort of travel down the hallway. Sometimes people get a little confused by it, but there are numbers. There's numbers to help guide. So eventually they find us, and you open our door and you walk into our suite, which we actually just moved into Suite 25, and it's so lovely. We have so much natural light from the windows that come in, and but it's just nice for that privacy. And I think for me especially, we both love to connect with our clients. So sometimes it's not even about their hair; it's maybe they're going through something. Maybe they want.
True.
They don't want to be vulnerable in front of people.
Salon gossip at this point.
It's definitely more intimate for sure.
Yeah, very pampering experience.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, you know, my clients know, you know, you get like every 6 weeks. So like my clients get on the same schedule as her clients. So then now it's like they know each other. It's kind of like a party. Like at this point, we've been together for so long. So it's also nice that they can kind of just like hang out and
feel comfortable.
They don't have to worry about offending anybody or anything like that. It's a very intimate, private
I like
party.
That a lot.
Yeah.
And do you know what Cindy's doing? Oh, she's telling me. I was going to take a break before you told me to, but we've been having a lot of fun, but we have a lot more to discuss.
Yeah.
So everybody that's sitting there, listening, watching, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Who's got time to clean when you need it clean? Call Germ Wizards LLC using the most up-to-date equipment. Germ Wizards pays strict attention to detail. They make dust disappear. Whether you need your office to sparkle, your home to shine, or you want to give someone a great gift, hire the Germ Wizards. It's easy to get a quote online. There's even an online portal. To discuss details directly with your cleaning professional, visit germwizardsllc.com. Make dust disappear with Germ Wizards.
Advertising is essential. You've got to make people aware that you're there. We can do that with a cohesive marketing campaign from Evergreen Media. Based on your business goals, we'll create a mix of digital advertising on social media sites like Facebook, video advertising on streaming sites like Hulu and Paramount Plus, and supplement them with local TV and radio ads. Build awareness, educate, and inform the public with a cohesive marketing campaign by Evergreen Media. Check out egreenmedia.com or search online for Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm with Kate Demsick and Nicole Belmonte-Cass of Sola Salon Studios here in Vero Beach, which reminds me, for those that are listening on iHeartRadio and the podcast, the viewers can see your information, but how do they reach you? The address for Sola, your Instagram, rather, handles? Yeah.
Instagram is definitely my favorite. I did have a Facebook page for a while, but I wasn't really getting a lot of new clients from that. So I focus on Instagram. It's actually, if you type in my name, it's a pretty unusual last name. So I'm usually the only Kate Demsick that will show up, and you'll see my hair page. It's Kate Demsick Hair. Yeah. And that's a great way to get all of the information, the address, my phone number.
Very good. Demsick.
Correct.
Okay, very good. And how about you?
So I actually have a lot through Facebook and Instagram. I get a lot of messages, DMs, that kind of thing. I do need to be better about posting, but
okay.
My Instagram is BeautyFitLifestyle23. But you can also look up my name and find it. And then my Facebook is just Nicole Belmonte-Cass.
Very good. And with this information up, Cindy, I'm going to have you put it up again because the address for Sola, since I don't have it memorized, is 490 21st Street in Vero Beach, and you're in the Miracle Mile area.
Yes, and
super
suite
easy.
Is 25, suite number 25.
25. Okay, very good. Yeah. So for the beachsiders to get to you, even me a little bit west of town, I'm in Miracle Mile. It's great. Really great location.
It's a great location. We're happy there.
So now, what can people expect when they come and see you? You work together as a team. So how do you walk us through the process of working with clients?
We definitely do as thorough of a consultation as possible. Again, we will lean on each other if we want the other one's opinion. I mean, sometimes Nikki and I aren't quite there at the same time, but if we are there together, I definitely will ask Nikki her opinion and what she thinks. But thorough consultation, I want to know what my client has had done before, what they do like, what they don't like, what's our goal. Like Nikki mentioned earlier, being honest about the expectations and all of that I try to do. Even with my clients that I've had for years, I always, as soon as they sit down in my chair, I ask, are we doing the same thing or are we changing it up? And I try to pay attention to tone as well. Sometimes I can tell my clients are getting bored. They don't necessarily have any suggestions. And so I try to pick up on that and maybe suggest a change, even if it's a subtle one, just so they feel like they're getting something new when they come see me.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing for you?
Yes, pretty much. I mean, we always, I always ensure them that I'm writing everything down. So next time I see you, if we need to change anything, I know that last time we did X, Y, and Z. So if we need to, tone it down a little bit or bring it up a little bit, all the notes are there, date, everything. So it is very, they're comfortable. Yeah. And they actually, I think it brings them like kind of a relief because sometimes we have so many people. How can we possibly remember what we did with the last client?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Not.
So especially new clients, I think that they get a sense of relief because you are getting to know the person's hair and the person as an individual. Sure. Because I think that has a lot to do with it. It's not just their hair. And once you get to know somebody and their personality and how they wear their hair, and how their hair reacts to color or to being blown out, each time gets better and better. And so just knowing like, okay, next time I come, I don't have to be afraid to say, hey, it was a little dark this time. Can we, you know what I mean? Or, hey, can we brighten it up this time?
Or to call us that week, if we do your hair, we always sort of give people a week's time frame to let us know if something's not working. If you wash and style your hair at home and you feel like something is too long or needs to be, thinned out some or whatever the tweak might be, we're always going to try to get you in as soon as possible to correct anything that needs correcting.
Very nice. And with the season rapidly coming upon us and with all the parties, what are some of the services that you do normally? And let's talk about the parties, the weddings, the birthdays, the galas for nonprofits. What are the services that you guys offer?
We both offer a good blowout. If you just need your hair washed and styled,
better.
It's so nice to have somebody else scrub your scalp. Oh my gosh, it's the best feeling. So we definitely like to let people know if you just want to come in for a blow dry.
Right. Yeah.
It's a pretty quick.
Yeah. And we also have talked about multiple times kind of having like a Friday of the month where people come in with their girlfriends, or if they have a date night and you come in and we have like treats and
Bring the Prosecco.
Oh, all right. I'm going to just drink to that.
just so that they can feel good.
I was going to hit this microphone. I'm so sorry.
That is quite all right. No worries about that. Just don't get Prosecco on the microphone.
I won't get Prosecco.
Because Jesse's on the other side of the wall now going, woo! Just kidding. There's no Prosecco on the microphones. Okay. So now what I'd like to do, we are going to switch back to wrapping up about the hair. But there's another special talent that you have, Miss Kate. And that is what?
So I play the ukulele. I've been trying to advertise a little bit more for my music. My stage name is Cat Woods. A little different. You won't find me through Kate Demsick. You'll want to look up Cat Woods, K-A-T. And I mostly play at the Sumo House right now. I'm there every Saturday night. I've been playing there for a couple years and I really enjoy it. But I actually just played at the Kilted Mermaid last night.
Oh.
On Sundays, they do something called Wine, Women, and Song. And they feature a female artist. And so I was there last night. I've been trying to kind of advertise a little bit more for that because I love singing. And the ukulele has been my main instrument. It's just
and the Sumo House is on 17th east of US 1.
Correct.
On the south side. Okay. Yes. So that's a good date night for my husband. I'm looking at you because he like hangs on every episode that I do. So date night. And of course he'll say yes because he always does. Because he's a good husband,
that's
right,
good.
Cindy? Yeah. So could you play about like 30, 40 seconds of something lovely?
Again, try not to hit the microphone here. And then just in case I forget, I have my little... Nick, could you actually hold this for me? I'm so sorry to even ask you that.
Well, you guys are a team. You know?
We are.
Yeah.
Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can a child rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tide? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder. Children get older. I'm getting older too.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh
Sorry, I
my
knew it
gosh.
wouldn't be perfect, but-
No. That was wonderful. And that Cindy and I are both clapping and she just gave me 2 minutes. So I will say that was a really amazing cover of Stevie Nicks. Like absolutely
I love
beautiful.
Stevie.
Yeah. And okay, so a Sumo House on Saturdays, and you're going to be a Kilted Mermaid a lot more because
yes, October 8th is the next time I'm doing. We have a lot of amazing female artists that we rotate through. So my next night is October 8th. I play from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
And then Filthy's has Wednesdays and open, like people come in and jam and stuff. So Angela Novak is going to call me after this and be like, well, when are you coming? Because, because you've been there for cocktails and collaborations, I'm just saying. Yes. So, okay, so about 30 seconds. What would you ladies like to say to wrap up?
We really just love working together. I hope that when people come in, they feel like the love that Nikki and I have for each other and the love that we have for what we do, so that people will know that we're going to do the very best we possibly can.
Yeah.
Yes. And I want to thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I think that this has been a great experience again. And, I'm looking forward to local clientele.
Yeah, absolutely. We have so many new people moving in, and they literally are feeling lost. And you can see it in Vero Beach neighborhood. They're asking for all sorts of help with things. Yeah. So pay attention to that for the stylist, questions. Yes. You'll answer those. And I'll just point, because I'm not supposed to point at people, but I'm pointing to the camera, that you must go and see these ladies. I'm going to have to, because my hair actually is a hot, fluffy mess.
We'll take care of it.
And we are at the end of the show. Cindy just told me to shut up. So I'm going to say thank you so much for everybody listening and watching. Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. I'll see you next week.